Last May, a governor who's been a behind-the-scenes player at the legislature got involved in the sessions last week, pleading with Republican House Speaker Frank McNulty to allow a vote on civil unions, and then calling a special session when McNulty refused. Most agree McNulty's meltdown cost Republicans in November when Democrats took back the House majority by winning every competitive seat.
When I talked to Speaker McNulty last spring, and one of the arguments I used to try and persuade him was that there would be a backlash from voters. And I think that was in many of these races, which were very close. I thought that was one of the issues that seemed to rise frequently.
Governor Hickenlooper, despite his nonpartisan brand, campaigned for Democratic State House candidates this fall. Now he says the idea that two Democratic majorities will complicate his job, that he'll be forced to sign or veto more liberal legislation, is overblown.
You know, I vetoed some bills last year and the year before. I expect I'll veto some more, but I don't expect to veto any more than I did in the last couple of years.
Hickenlooper says even with Republicans now in the minority, he'll work to build bipartisan support for most legislation and continue to pursue a moderate agenda for a politically moderate state.
A lot of this is our ability just to keep the lines of communication open. I'm a pretty moderate person. I've been a cautious, moderate person when I was in business and running restaurants. I'm a pretty moderate, cautious person as a governor, right? And that's just who I am. You know, I'm not going to change that depending on which party takes control of which house.
Already this winter, Hickenlooper has outlined plans to expand Medicaid and to improve state mental health services, a response to this summer's Aurora Theater shooting. And Monday, he'll roll out his job creation package for the year. He says he's also open to some gun control proposals and ready to iron out the wrinkles of Amendment 64. And Hickenlooper expects a fight over fracking, with environmentalists irked that their governor, a former geologist, seems to support the oil and gas industry.
I think the key here is getting everyone to use the same set of facts and making sure everyone gets a chance to be heard.
And early in this new session, Democrats will take up that civil unions bill again. And Hickenlooper is looking forward to signing it as soon as it hits his desk.
Social change, historically, has always been a long, turbulent road, full of potholes and detours. And when you get to a certain point in any state's, city's, country's evolution, and you hit that milestone, you always take a moment to say, all right, look at how many people committed themselves and how hard they worked, and look at how many people, you know, really pushed forward against tremendous adversity to get to this point.